Hello and welcome to Hixxy Studio. In this video I'm going to show you how to make this lovely pretty pastel card. I've got three lovely things to use for this. So I've got the die, the main die, which is this Petunia flower square from Creative Expressions. Really effective with paper piecing and probably one of the simplest dies to paper piece with. Then I have this Dotty Flourish embossing folder. It's a 3D embossing folder, and we're going to use that for the background. And then for the actual base card itself, I'm using this. I turn it over, but there's no point because I've got the thing upside down. It's card deco. It's a frame card, the Lacy Dot 4K. It's 5.3 inches square or 13.5 centimeters square. So there seems to be a lot to it, but actually it's just it's really quite straightforward to make. So we're going to start with the base card. So I'm using Centura Pearl Hint of Gold. It's an A4 sheet, but I've just cut it just slightly wider than the card itself, just so that it gives me a little bit of wiggle room in the machine. So we're going to run that through, and how we do. It's on its way through. I'll get this out while it's going through. So I'm going to run this one through as well. Also in the Centura Pearl. Check that that's all cut. Cut up there. I might just bear with me. I'm just going to just see if I can pop. This is always a good check whether you can pop those little bits out. No, so I'm going to just run that through. I'm going to do it that way this time. I mean, it is on the whole, it is cut. It's just those last little details that we would rather like to be cut. Okay, so we're going to use the folder. So it's a 3D folder. Make sure I've got the recessed part upwards. And we're going to again use the Centura Pearl for this. That bit is cut now. It's quite embedded in there. Yes, that's cut. So now I am going to try this with these two plates first. See if that's enough. It might not be, but it is quite a deep 3D folder, so it may well be enough. We'll see. So I want to be careful that I don't move this. I'd say not quite enough. I have got an emboss on it, but probably not as deep as I could. So we have a choice. Now I'm wondering if that would be I think that would be a good fit in the plate through. So we're gonna go with the plate. You can hear it change, so you can hear it working. I think this is kind of going to give us the deeper emboss that I'm looking for. Hopefully not too deep, but we'll see. Yeah, just slightly too much pressure in there. It's going to be a fine line finding where to go. And the reason I say this, you can see it's popped through here. I'm not overly bothered about that. Most of it is going to be covered up. As you can see, we can most of it's going to be covered up anyway. So that's our card and our emboss piece done. So let's just get all of these out, and then we can look at the Petunia. We will clean that one later. all those little dots out. It's a really, really lovely base card, and Card Deco do a lot of really lovely sort of base cards. So I am, however, going to re-emboss the line, if you like. I just find it's not necessarily as deep as I would like to get a good fold, particularly with it being so close to those little holes. They provide sort of an area of weakness, and if you're not careful you can end up folding and it's sort of folding over on those little dots rather than on the actual line. So I'm just making sure as best I can I've got that all lined up before I burnish the crease. Okay, so there's my card. Like I said, beautiful base card, and we're going to use it round this way for this particular card. I've got a few others on the channel where I've used this card. So yeah, it is quite versatile. It could be used for an easel card. That is one way I've not used it yet. An easel card, or you could make it into a little handbag. Okie dokie. Right, so just going to grab, I've got a few of my mats and layers already sort of pre-cut, so let's have a little bit of a fiddle around. So I've gone for these very, very pretty pastel-y colours, a green, pink, and then this this blue, which I've got in a slightly textured card. So we're going to put these on, and then I'm going to cut my embossed piece down to the size that I like it. So that's going to fit just in there. And then little pink, like a blush pink there. Now I was being a bit tight really when I was doing this. I didn't want to cut into a new piece of this card when I was doing this. So I actually decided, and I did it on here as well, just to use the strip across, just to bring the blue into the background, sort of, so it follows them forward through into the to the image itself. Okay, so now we're going to put the lid on that glue. That's what we're going to do first. Now we're going to cut our embossed piece down. I'm going to cut so at the moment I'm just kind of squaring, trying to square it off, and then we'll go with, we're going to go here. Now I'm fitting it to the pink, so don't be distracted by the blue bit. I'm fitting it so that I can see the pink all the way around. So and there, and that will fit straight around. That's going to fit. What have I done here? I haven't cut that quite straight. Not the end of the world. I'm going to cut just a little bit off the bottom there. That will do. Put that down there, just so you see the little popped bits there, and they'll be covered And there. Okay, so our next job then is to create our little image. That. So the Petunia flower square comes with 2 dies. So you get this piece, which will just cut in, and then this piece that will cut out. So you can use the 2 together, which is what I'm going to do. Now because I've got blue behind and blue out there, I don't necessarily need to cut one the right size. But if I wanted a different colour to show behind here, then I could just cut it with this to fit behind and then matte and layer it. But I don't need to. So I'm going to cut this 3 times. I need 1 in green. Yes, because that's not green, is it? I do need 1 in green. I need 1 in white. I need 1 in green. And I need 1 in the pink. And then I need, so this is my matte and layer here. So I'm going to need the blue piece in order to stick things down. So we're going to start cutting it with the white, because that is our sort of the one that we're going to keep as is. The others are to enable me to paper piece the image. Goes in, and then right, I don't know, run these through. Ooh, just knocking everything over. Okay, so that and that and that going through. I'm going to put that up. Look. Pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to use just a little shim. My plate is getting quite curved. I'm just going to put an extra, just a piece of card, just for a little bit more pressure. Don't need those. Okay. There we go, that's better. Okay. We need to cut this again, but we're going to get this bit stuck down onto the blue first. Oops. Because I want to be able to paper piece right on. So I'm sticking this on, and you just turn it around to whichever way you want, but we're going to glue this onto the blue background. As I said, if I wanted a different colour to show through in these bits, then I would use just the outer die to cut a piece and then use the blue sort of underneath that as a matte layer. But I want it for both, so I only need 1 piece. I don't need to do 2. Oh, there. Let's so. I'm just putting glue all around the frame because I need all of it to be stuck down. There we go. So that's the glue on that. I'll leave that open for a minute. And that's going to go onto our blue piece. Right. So now, quite often when I paper piece, the bits are really quite small. So I tend to put glue in first, but these are quite big. You can see the flower comes out in a whole piece. The leaf comes out in that. I mean, this is the smallest piece there is. And then you get the two bits for the, that's the bottom of the flower, you know, the sort of petunias are kind of like trumpets, so that's the bottom of the trumpet bit, and then that's the part of the stem. So as you can see, the paper piecing pieces are quite large, whereas normally I'd be being very careful or putting tape over the parts of the die. I don't really need to on this because it is just such an easy die to paper piece. If you want a bit more variation, you could make a kind of an inky background and cut into that, so you had, you know, more of a variegated petunia. You can get some amazing ones. It looks like they've got stars all over them. Really, really pretty. Yeah, it's what you want. I just wanted the really, really lovely pastel tones on my card. So this is going to on the green. And to be fair, this bit I will not throw away. This bit will be good for a mixed media or art journal, either as an image or to add some texture. Oh, I can see that those bits are already falling out. So for this, I need that part of the leaf. So I'm going to now get my glue and fill in. So these are the bits I want in green. So there's the main part of my leaf. It's going to sit nicely in there. And that's the a little bit that fits into there, and then that bit will go in down like so. Okay, that's as easy as it is for the green, and again I will keep that lovely big flower. So we're just going to clean out the dye. In fact, I will keep that as well. Both very useful. And then we need it in the pink. There we go. I don't really know why I'm trying to line. Purely because of the fact that I want to keep that bit, but I don't really need to be lining it up particularly well, because what I'm really after is the stuff out of the middle of it for paper piecing with my bits and pieces. Yeah. Comes. There we go. So we need the flower and we need that. Okay, I'm just going to move that to the side because we don't need that at the moment. All the cutting is now done. I just glue, put glue all the way around the flower. And that. And that will go in so. And this bit goes in like so. And then we can finish assembling our card. I have the pink around. Okay, yeah. I'm going to get my bigger glue for this. Bear with me. Just going to try to put my pin back in the glue. Okay. This one. Put the glue on there. Pink, and then glue on the back of this, or that way, or the green. There we go. So, do I prefer it that way? No, I will go that way. So, I already have my sentiment stamped out. This is stamped with the lovely new sword taffy distress oxide, and it's a Julie Hickey Everyday Sentiment stamp. And because I'm putting onto quite a deep emboss here, I'm going to use 3D glue gel rather than just the acrylic glue, because then it goes down into those sort of recesses, and I know it's going to be stuck properly then. So I'm not looking necessarily to raise it anymore. I just want to know that it's going to stick well. And then our sentiment's going there, so I need some glue around there again, so that I can get it to stick nicely. And then because I part of me that wants some shading in the middle, and the easiest way to do that kind of thing is a lovely little pearl flower in the middle, and it sort of gives that illusion of the center of the flower. And there you have it. Really, really pretty card, made pretty by the products. The beautiful lacy dots frame card, which, you know, just kind of really makes it look really lovely. The Petunia flower square, and then the lovely sort of texture in the background, the Dotty Flourish 3D embossing folder. So all of those are available on the Hixxycrafts website. Have a look at the on the channel, because there are other cards where I've used the folder, and another card where I've used this in a different way. So yeah, be sure to have a look and subscribe to make sure you get all the updates on when we put new content on. Thank you for joining me.